Hello and welcome back to the Gaming Source Network, your number one source for all things gaming. Did you guys miss me?
Always.
Me.
Yes.
It's the GSN Round Table Podcast, episode 66. You got Avery back in the big chair. I know. I very much appreciate all the people, Rock and Scarlett and Dan and everybody taking the hosting duties. Dom, I think, was in that mix too while I was out. Y'all did phenomenal jobs.
Fantastic.
But as you can tell by virtue of the fact that the light colors are the same, but the angle is different, I'm in my new house, in my new office, which is set up exactly like my old office, just reversed. So doors on that side, so that side, but it's also smaller, so you can see there's a door. There actually is a door, and if my wife randomly shows up, then there you go. We've got a great show for you tonight, so let's get to it. We thought let's just have the GSN crew tonight, your favorite folks, me, Dan, Scarlett, chatting about this week's Stadia news. It's gonna be an easy show, you guys. It's gonna be nice and simple. Take it easy. It's been everybody had a long week. It was a holiday week here in the States. We could all use just a nice, easy night tonight.
Yeah,
I think. So.
I've got a week off this week as well, so it's just been coasting through. I was supposed to go away for like, obviously locally, because we can't really go many places in the UK at the moment, but we decided to cancel it because of all the restrictions still. It just wasn't going to be fun. So I forgot to cancel my holiday and thought, might as well keep it.
Take the time off. And of course, for me, nothing's canceled here anymore. I'm flying to Texas next week. So
Woo!
Here's what it is. Well, I think Bryant's on the other side of the state, so I can't hit him up. But what if I could? Well, before we get started with the actual news of the week and all that good stuff, did you know you can get the Roundtable as an actual audio podcast with amazing audio work by our audio engineer, Matt Popham? He's fantastic, you guys. Just search for Gaming Source Network on Spotify, Pocket Casts, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts, and you will find us there. Also, if you're watching us live, we want you to be a part of the conversation. Say hi in the chat. And if you want to be absolutely certain that we bring up your message during the stream, hit that super chat button or the super sticker button to show your support for GSN. Last but not least, you can join GSN right here on YouTube. Hit that join button down below. Members get amazing perks, from exclusive community play live streams to early access videos to GSN merch. Some of that just awesome GSN merch from the one, the only, the Scarlet Stream. You want that merch, you guys. So join now and become a member. We will say hi to the folks in the chat. We got a few people hanging out with us already. Rouster letting us, reminding us about the times on our thumbnails. So, hey, you know what? We were early last week. It's fine. We can't complain. Scarlet's amazing.
You know what though? It's they're bad.
I forgot that I was in the GSN StreamYard, so I typed my bad thinking it was mine, and suddenly it appeared in like 5 different places. So
She's really
My
sorry,
bad.
guys.
super sorry. And hello to Inley. Thank you for the welcome back. Creator of the Stadia Program Monitor. Google that and find him. That's very awesome. Eli Levy. Once Blue Bob's back, I'll tell you, Blue Bob's might join us tonight. He's feeling a little under the weather. He's going to try to join us tonight. I think that's just an excuse because he didn't want to be back on the same show as me. But
I'm going to
find out
in the Slack now.
So we'll find out. But if he's feeling better, we'll see him here in just a little bit. And of course, my lovely wife saying she can't peek in on me now because you could actually tell if she did. I don't know if y'all can hear that. It's apparently about to storm. So
I was going to say she's just pop in through the window instead.
I think the weather system's headed up your way, Avery.
The universe is conspiring against me. If my power goes out today, then we will know. And I have no idea what the POG stuff means. Isn't that something from like Twitch and OnlyFans?
Play of game or best play of the game, player of the game or something like that. And so you just said Blue Bobs might be coming back, so POG. The only reason I know this is because I researched it like a month ago.
Completely different to me though. So
yeah, no POGs, the little milk caps that you smash the plastic.
You used to be able to get them in like packets of crisps here, like as well, in like bags, in packets.
Of course, Dan remembers POG Sounds of Stadia, and yes, I am back again. Tell a friend. Literally, go tell a friend right now. Tweet that I'm back, and it's perfectly fine. And we'll say hi to Gary or Jerry. You gotta tell us. It's Gary
I'd
or
say
Jerry. I'm gonna call you Gahary. That way I'm kind of covered on both sides.
No, now you just call him Harry.
That is possible. And CGX, what is up? Our good friends from the Cloud Gaming Extreme show. The best show for cloud gaming extremeness. We're the best show for gaming source. They're the best show for gaming extreme. Does that make sense? Does that work? I don't know if that works. Anyways, good to see y'all in the chat as well. We will get things started as we normally do with what's been on your playlist, Stadia, GFN, or otherwise. And I'll go ahead and tell you right now, there's not been a dang-dingle thing on my playlist. My playlist has consisted of whatever music or podcasts I was listening to while unpacking boxes and drilling holes in walls and managing contractors and telling movers guys where to move and all that good stuff. But I will say I've always had some form of I play incremental games. I don't know if you guys are incremental idle gameplay like Cookie Clicker, those kind of games. I always have one running on my computer at all times. I don't know why. It's just like, I guess it's an ADD thing that just helps me focus. So I've been playing Ethereal Farm and Synergism on Congregate. So that's what I've been playing this week, Stadia or otherwise. I'm going to try. I actually did buy. So I have a confession to make. My Xbox Series X gets here next week.
Woo!
I was able to get. I did get one. I followed all of the. There were a couple different accounts. Stuff. Well, no, it was Matt something or other. And I'm sure it wasn't Matt. I just have Matt on the brain thanks to our audio engineer. But him and like an Xbox Alerts channel would always post when there was an alert coming. And there's this like 3 weeks ago. That's how long the back order is. And been like, Walmart's going to have a drop today. Walmart's going to have a drop today. We don't know when it is. It's sometime this afternoon. And so literally just every 15-minute increment, I would just go refresh. Nope, still $900. Refresh. Nope, still $900 because the resellers, you know. Mm-hmm. And then refresh. $499. Go. And I just quickly tried to put all my numbers in, and it worked.
Nice.
But then, so here's y'all haven't heard from me in forever, so I'm just gonna rant all night tonight. It's fine. But I have anything else to do. Fine.
Welcome to Avery Source.
Welcome to Avery Source, your number one source for all things Avery. So, unfortunately, we just moved, so all of my number, like all the zip codes are different on your things, and so Walmart had my old zip code and thought it applied to my new billing, but that card hadn't changed yet because we're about to switch the so it was like rejected. I'm like, no, don't do that to me. And then I just hit it again, and it was like, nope. And I'm like, no. So then I really quickly went to the Walmart settings and changed my billing zip codes and all that kind of stuff. And then I got the text on my phone from Bank of America. Everybody go steal my data now. That said, "Is this you?" And I'm like, "Yes, it's me. Just let me have my Xbox." And thankfully, I was able to get that resolved. So in the meantime, here goes like 4 $500 transactions hitting my bank account, and then 3 more or a number more $500 refunds hitting my bank account, which is fine, no overdraft or anything. And then kind of the dust settled, all the moving expenses. I swiped card on a lot of stuff. We went out to eat every day because you don't want to cook when you're moving. And the dust settled, and I'm looking at my account, and I'm like, there's more money in here than there should be. There's like $500 more money in here than there should be. So it turns out they balanced the transactions 1 for 1. So as of right now, I have not paid anything for the Xbox that I'm still supposed to be getting. As of next week, I have not received any form of cancellation notice. Walmart.com still says my order arrives on June 10th. We will send an email with tracking when it thing. I've not received any indication that I'm not getting this Xbox. So one of 3 things will happen. Either A, I will get the Xbox, they will charge me for it later. B, I will not get the Xbox and I have not been charged. Or C, I'm getting a free Xbox Series X. I will join the Scarlet Club and have a free Xbox. Technically, somebody still paid for that one, but
it's funny you should mention that because my father ordered, I think it was the Series X, and then like a couple of days later, another one arrived. So he's got 2. So he rang the company to say, "You've sent me 2. Like, I'm willing to send you the other one back because I don't want to be charged for it." And they wouldn't entertain the thought that they sent him 2. And he's like, "I want to send this back to you."
We didn't send you 2. No, we refuse to accept that we made a mistake. And this is a $500 mistake.
Yeah, he's trying.
It's not spontaneous generation. It didn't just manifest itself from the ether.
Well, things like this, they usually tend to bite you in the ass later on. You end up paying twice for it or something. So
because you don't say anything.
Nip it in the bud now, and you know what I mean? Then they can't say anything. But he's like, I've tried, but you're not entertaining it, so I'm keeping it.
I would, if I were him, I would keep like £600 or however much it translates to just in your account for a couple weeks, just to be on the safe side. Because I'm not touching that. I am sure I'm going to get charged. And then maybe like a month from now, after I've been playing it forever. So I say all that to say that it is not true that I've played no video games, because I went ahead and bought a Series X or a Series X controller because I have the Chromecast with Google TV. And I wanted to be able to play Stadia on it or GeForce Now or whatever else. So I actually have played some GeForce Now on my Chromecast with Google TV, on my big TV, downstairs in what we're calling the barn. But I didn't want to play any of the games that I have on GeForce Now. So I played like 5 minutes of a game called Party Hard, which is a pixelated murder game. And that's it. But I have tested that, yes, I can connect my Xbox Shock Blue controller to my Chromecast with Google TV. I tried sideloading Stadia as well, because maybe we will actually get that at some point before the end of June. But you have to have a Bluetooth mouse to be able to click a button on the screen. And I don't have a Bluetooth mouse. So I either go buy one or I just wait till now in the end of June to see if they actually deliver. We'll see. Anywho, that's been the first 15 minutes of Avery Source. Let's move on to literally anybody else. Scarlett, what's been on your playlist, Stadia or otherwise? Or GFN or Nintendo or otherwise.
Yeah. So I mean, I started Pokemon Snap with the inaugural episode of Nintendo Show, which is your informative and entertaining Nintendo gaming show where I give you pointless information about all things related to Nintendo. Last week's was about shinies and where they came from. That was fun. My husband has been playing Subnautica a little bit, so I've been watching him play that. Again, most of my days are just filled with stacks on stacks on stacks. I have Stormlight Edition. So, Pokemon Cafe, because you can't take that away from me. It is mine. Yeah, I mean, been playing a little bit of Mass Effect 2. I started live streaming that on my personal channel a bit. Yeah. Also, Avery, you didn't start by saying hello to everybody and then going on.
Did I not say hello to either of you?
No. You did. We started talking and they're like, "Okay, before we get on, so you need to say hello."
Who are you people again? What is happening? What is this that we're doing? Why are my lights colorful? Dan, good evening and welcome to your show.
Hello, I'm happy to be part of my show. And shut up, phone.
That's what happens when I'm out for like 12 years.
I know, everything goes out of sync, doesn't it? But so, what have I been playing this week? Obviously, Resident Evil.
And Scarlett, hello and welcome to the show. So,
hello, Zuko here, but I guess you probably already know me, sort of.
Yes. It's good to have the brand. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm going to start the whole thing over. Wait, because I didn't do that. I didn't do any of the things. Okay, wait a second. Hold on. With me tonight, as always, we have the inventor, the man, the myth, the legacy legend, Dan, creator, discoverer, and founder of Stadia Source, GeForce Now Source, and Gaming Source Network.
Soon with the new and improved COVID powers, superpowers.
There you go.
And with us tonight, we also have the amazing, the design mistress, Scarlett.
Hello, Zuko here, but I guess you probably already know me, sort of.
Oh, is that a new thing? I was waiting for the descriptor of animals. Is that we have a new thing?
So I've decided to actually shift away from that because I've gone through all of my favorites. So now I'm going to just start using famous hello quotes.
Hey, y'all know that I do the pointless quotes all the time. So not pointless; they're all pointless.
So this first one was brought to you by Zuko, Fire Prince of the Fire Nation, son of Fire Lord Ozai.
That's from Star Wars. So Jake in the chat saying that the show is off the rails, and I highly agree. And CGX giving me the hints and tips on how do I deal with this. Open browser, I will look at your video and verify that I absolutely will. And hello, Alex. And the Nerf report as well. Dan, what's been on your playlist, Stadia, GFN, or otherwise?
So Resident Evil Village, still trying to work my way through the Mercenaries mode on that one. I figured out, I discovered that you can actually unlock a lightsaber in that game, like a double-ended lightsaber as well. So yeah, I know it's called like the AZ Answer or something like that, but yeah, it's obviously a melee weapon, but it's a lightsaber and it works just the way you can change it from red, green, and blue. But you have to get triple S rank in all Mercenaries maps, so it's not going to be easy.
There's those famous weapons from The Last Airbender.
Yeah, and obviously commonplace in the land of Resident Evil, but yeah, again, I know I've said this probably every single podcast since the game came out, but I am enjoying it more than I thought I would, and I'm determined to kind of squeeze as much gameplay out of it as I can, if not to justify the purchase of the game, but also the Premier Edition that came with it, which we've put in the spare room now so that guests can play when they come around. So other than that, I jumped in for a bit of Destiny 2 yesterday, just a couple of PvP matches, just to see if there was anything new about the Season of Splicer that came out. I missed the beta cross-play thing, but again, it wasn't going to be anything new. It was just playing with a bunch of randoms from different consoles that I didn't know anyway, so I'll take their word on it that it works and maybe jump into it when I've actually got a way to invite my friends from other platforms rather than it being match made. Other than that, a bit of Pokemon Go as usual, but we won't go into that. Yeah, that's it.
Very fun. Very fun. All right. Let's jump on in to the news of the week and get on started, as we always do, with the Stadia side of the news. And of course, the number one thing, biggest thing right off the top, we got our June Pro games. We got a healthy collection. I actually did pull up. I literally had Stadia Source up and running. Your number one source for Stadia, for all things Stadia, is here, and I'm going to hit my
I'll link them all for you.
That's lovely. You did what now? I don't remember.
On the show
you
notes.
did. You know what? I could just look in the document. I already have this page open, though, so I don't actually need that one. But I appreciate your contributions, and I have my camera is just perfectly positioned that I can't even see what I'm trying to do here. It's fine. It's all fine. Guys, it's fine. It's
fine.
You know,
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. This is fine, as the flames go. The June Pro titles have dropped. Scarlett, how many of these did you claim? I think it's going to be the question. We've got Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3, MotoGP 20, Chronos Before the Ashes, and Blue Fire. How many of these ended up on the Scarlett's to claim list?
So if you were at the podcast last week, when we talked about these.
I don't watch our show. What do you? I don't care.
No, but yeah. So last week I mentioned I'm actually not a pro subscriber anymore, just because I just don't have time for games. So I'm not paying the $10 a month for something that I just don't access anymore. Like we still pay for Game Pass because my husband's playing games off of there like every day. So at least he's getting use out of it. Had I still kept pro, I probably would have only claimed Blue Fire. But I actually already have it anyway, so Blue Fire. That's the only one that would have. That's the only one that would have ended up on my list. The other ones just aren't anything that I'm interested in.
I'm using the. Oh, okay. We need to hit refresh and make sure that CSS loads.
That happens from time to time.
All right, we're heading toward the. Oh no,
Sex.
There's bad language and sex. There's a giant amount of bad language and sex in this game,
And you know that because the images are huge.
because it's a huge amount of bad language.
Oh man.
Well, I was trying to find. Where's my media? There we go. There's my media, and we're just gonna quickly just no, of course.
What
Nothing
is
could
going
possibly
on?
working, properly here. I was going to start pulling up trailers because, of course, I don't want reviews. Just give me I don't want the ending either. What are you doing to me, video games? I can't type anything. There we go. All right. Stadias.
Oh,
Here we
man.
go. Jeez, oh, Pete. Okay. Anywho, Trails of Cold Steel, you guys. I don't know anything about this series, and I know that this was announced forever ago, or this came to the platform forever ago, along with Trails 4 as well, or 2, and it's a JRPG. I think it's a JRPG, but I feel like I also remember this being a tactical. Am I just completely wrong on all fronts today? No, this definitely looks like a JRPG. I just can't tell if it's turn-based or not. Little anime things. I love JRPGs, and I'm so excited for us to get even more of them. Chainsaw Gunblade. Okay, sure, why not? But now I just need to actually try it. So it looks fun enough, though.
Yeah,
Anybody else care anything about this?
I look at these and think, like, I really want to play them. I think I've mentioned it before on previous shows that, you know, I mean, I am a big fan of games like this, and like Final Fantasy obviously being chief amongst them. But I just find myself with not enough time or patience to sit, because a lot of these games, they can take hours and hours and hours to complete or to master. And as much as I enjoy them, I'd rather play something a bit more, you know what I mean, quick and snappy. I managed to get Resident Evil Village down to 2 hours for a complete run. So, you know what I mean?
Is that before or after unlocking the unlimited grenade launcher?
I unlocked the unlimited assault rifle first, and then halfway through the second playthrough, I unlocked the unlimited Magnum, which was like one of the most powerfulest Magnums in the game. So I could literally like 3-shot bosses.
There you go. I Scarlett, I am with you. Blue Fire being the Majora's Mask ripoff that we've all been waiting for.
Yes.
Of the like, I'm not a GP. I don't play moto racy type games, so that was of no interest to me whatsoever. And then I don't even remember. Oh, Chronos. Chronos, I did a first look of a long time ago. We got a key for it, and I just didn't care for it. I know Blue Bobs has been playing through it, or Felix, one of my streamers. You would think I would know, but again, I haven't been paying attention to anything because I've been moving. But it was just not. It was fine. It was fine. I think I ended the. Yep, I remember this trailer now. I had to see the guy in the Kokiri Village outfit to remember that. Of course, it's just Breath of the Wild meets Majora's Mask meets Celeste.
It's cute. Yeah. I'm looking forward to playing it.
Did you pick it up on Stadia or did you pick it up on another platform?
It was one of the codes that we got. Lee gave me one of the codes.
And speaking of playing games that I don't, it's Blue Bobs, the gaming CPA.
Yes, the one and only.
Yes, how's everyone doing?
Good.
Doing good. How
all the
are
better
you?
for having you here, Andrew.
Oh, thank you. Avery, you sound like a rough start. You've been having a little sabbatical or something?
I apparently don't understand how to host a show anymore.
Just in the cobwebs away.
I completely just missed all of my cues. There's a script in front of, so there's a script is even worse tonight because I'm like just none of it. Anyways, so Andrew, what's been on your playlist, Stadia?
Yeah, so Stadia, you were correct. It's actually been me playing the Chronos Before the Ashes, which when I first started playing it, I'm not a big fan of locking onto targets in games like Assassin's Creed. I like to unlock and really just swing around. But I discovered you kind of have to lock on to really be accurate when you're attacking 100% of the time, and it also shows the health bar. So once I discovered that after dying multiple times, it really made it a lot easier. So that game's, it's fun, it's intriguing. Some things could use a little bit more. It took me a while to get to the next section because there's this tiny little place you have to find this little thing that barely shines and
There's
notifies you.
a lot of backtracking in the game.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. And no map, so you got to do it all by memory. So, but that's a super fun one. I've actually been playing a lot of hidden object puzzles. I don't know about you guys, but I love a good hidden object puzzle. I think it is Fanatical. It's like a website where you can buy. It's like cheap CD keys and bundles. At one point, I bought 15 Artifacts Mundi, which they do a bunch of different hidden objects for $5, and so I just get a bunch of Steam keys and I try to 100% achieve them. Find all the
those
little
are always
things.
On mobile. It's always the hidden secrets and
Yes.
find out who murdered such and such by tapping the
Exactly. So I've been just doing a lot of those just as far as just kind of fun little decompressing games and stress-free and all that fun stuff. So, but yeah, that's what's been on my playlist so far.
Entirely reasonable to do so. Did you give, obviously Chronos, did you give Blue Fire, MotoGP, or Trails of Cold Steel a try?
I have not. I've claimed all three, but I have not given. I kind of wanted to watch F. I didn't watch F last night, but I did save Blue Fire for him because I figured between that or Chronos would be on my playlist. I'm not a big driving fan of games, so I haven't really played many of them, although I do, I think, own most of them on Stadia because of either they gave it to us through Pro or Ubisoft Plus subscription. So, but yeah, I haven't given those ones a try, but I definitely will probably check out Blue Fire for sure at some point.
They're on my list. Charles is giving you a recommendation for Cozy Grove. Give Cozy Grove a try.
You got it.
See, it's the same way. So you do the hidden object games. I do the incremental, the clickers. And it's just you just want something to occupy 3% of your CPU, just to offload that onto something else. There or your puzzle bubbles and similar.
I'm on level 700 of that. I think I've got a problem.
The problem with those kind of games is at a certain point you can tell they just loop in on themselves.
Actually, no, this one doesn't. I'm still at 700, okay. And it's just introduced a new feature yesterday where if you hit a certain type of bubble, it turns into something else, and it's I'm still, unlocking game mechanics as I go through it. So
there you go. I played Two Dots forever. Like I loved Dots, and then I played Two Dots. Two Dots is still on my iPad, and I still go back to that. And I'm like, what is this random leaf electric monkey thing? I
think that might have been what Bill from the Nerd Nest suggested. I think on his personal channel. Yeah,
he's an iPad guy, so it probably wouldn't surprise me. In addition to the pro games dropping this week, we also got a pretty sizable bit of news today. The Ubisoft Plus is trying to make it worth your money to have them, and worth your money in more countries. This came straight from a really early post on the Stadia community blog. Stadia community blog is usually live at noon. This one went live at 8 Eastern. So like 4 hours before it normally does.
I was out streaming the garden, and it was like, there's a new update. I was like, streamer.
I didn't even none of us in the Slack even caught this until like 10:30, 11 o'clock, like 2 or 3 hours afterwards. It was like, did y'all see the Ubisoft news today? We're like, it's not noon. Why would there be news? So sure enough, we got a big set of news. Obviously, they launched this in more countries because we did an article about it. And so they knew they couldn't wait any longer. I don't know who chose the "this is not a drill" hyperbolic headline here. Good God, man. Was this Dan? Is this a Dan joint here? Yes, it is. Dan, come on. Warning! Klaxon! Klaxon!
Well, it's obviously not as urgent for you guys because you've had it for how many months now?
It's true. December, I think? November?
Exactly.
There was the when it came out for real, but that was nothing changed. So now apparently it is available throughout the UK and Europe. It is no longer a drill. It is now available in Canada, the UK, France, Germany, Belgium, and Switzerland. Now, Stadia itself is available in like 40 countries, so they clearly have some room to go. But at least our UK friends, our Canadian friends, shout out to Lloyd from Nerd Nest, and also Brenton, I believe, is Canadian on the GSN team, and Joe. So finally, folks,
I'm Canadian at heart.
Are you now, eh?
Indeed.
Sorry, I don't know what that was about. Dan, did you give this a try? Are you an Ubisoft fan, and were you waiting on this amazing stuff?
To be fair, I think I actually signed up to Ubisoft Plus the first few times. Well, it was like the first time when there was a big, this is not a drill, it's actually on Stadia in the UK, and it actually wasn't. So I obviously cancelled it straight away because, I mean, I wanted Ubisoft Plus, but not until I could have it on Stadia. And then this time, I kind of thought, I'll give it a try, because if it is live, you know, I mean, people like Rock managed to get it working as well. I saw that on Twitter. If it is live, obviously, I want to confirm it for myself before I run an article on it. So I signed up, was able to get it to work, and lo and behold, now I've got access to all these brilliant games. So I'm gonna keep it. I'm looking forward to playing a bit of Scott Pilgrim, because I don't actually know if I owned that game before Ubisoft Plus. It was one of those things I can't remember whether I bought it and refunded it or whether I just bought it and have left it. So, but either way, I'll probably be jumping into them. And then obviously we'll move on to the other games in a minute. Some of those I'm looking forward to playing as well.
Definitely. Ubisoft Plus has been sitting on my, like, I'll subscribe for a month when I have time to play Immortals or whatever else. And then once I've played all that I care to play, I'll just let it lapse. And then later, if they release another game that I care about, Scarlett's like, it will take all of your life. No,
I'm like dying here. Like, I miss games.
One of these days, Scarlett, you'll be back to playing real games on real consoles like Stadia.
The sun.
I get more of it now thanks to them. It's okay. We'll be out from under the stacks on stacks on stacks soon.
Yeah.
So in addition to the access to new locations, we will also very soon having access to new games. We had 8 new games announced, with one that we already knew was coming to the platform. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, it's a little Pirates of the Caribbean style. Rogue, which is in says North Atlantic and New York City. Anybody know when Rogue is set?
No,
never played that one.
I kept writing Rouge, and it annoyed me.
Yeah. 3 remastered, which is the American Revolution. Far Cry 4 with one of the guys from Queer Eye from the Straight Guy there to help you do your thing. Far Cry Primal, go hunt some woolly mammoth. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. This is very 80s looking to me. Sergeant Rex Colt, Mark IV Cyber Commando. That's excessive. Rayman Legend. I to understand is really fun. Child of Light, which I swear I played on Switch. That's very familiar to me. And then of course we have had rumors, and we saw the article. We wrote an article about because here it is from our own website, Stadia, that we were going to be getting Rainbow Six Siege, and sure enough, it was confirmed today on the community blog. But we will learn more about it during next week's Ubisoft Forward, which is part of E3 2021. Of this set of new games, anything in here particular is speaking to anybody?
So,
Rayman.
Yeah, Rayman. I used to play the crap out of Rayman on the PS2. I can't remember which one it is, but I knew that game inside and out, backwards and forwards.
E3
I love
2013.
Yeah, it's an old one.
You gotta get the classics.
It plays a lot like Kaze and the Wild Masks, like the side-scrolling, just puzzle. I mean, I was a big fan of Rayman on the PS1. I used to play that game every time I went to my father's house at the weekends. Broken home. But but yeah, it's
same thing here. Every other Tuesday and every other weekend.
Yeah. So it does kind of brings back some happy memories to play Rayman. It's just hella fun.
Yeah, Ubisoft was not the company that owns Earthworm Jim, are they? That was Interplay.
I don't think.
Am I right on that? Every so often, I look at trailers like this, and I'm like, that just says Earthworm Jim to me.
I just typed Earthworm Jim as in GYM.
It's an Earthworm Jim.
It's an Earthworms too.
When you want to get your earthworms pumped up, take them to the Earthworm Jim. It's messy. Looks super fun, and these little fun little platformy kind of things. Always, I don't care what it is. Give me more games. That's always been my rule of thumb. It's just give me more games.
I will say this though. I think Black Flag was one of the very first Assassin's Creed games I tried to 100% because it was that much fun. Because it was one of the first ones I had played where you got the ship, and you also got to take the ship and go in the ocean.
It had that. Had that ready to go. Another 7-year-old E3 cinematic trailer. Oh wait, no, we don't want a cinematic trailer. Give me the gameplay trailer. What are you doing? World premiere. Official launch trailer. There we go. Launch trailer. There we go. Anyways, you were saying, Andrew. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's So this is definitely one of the first games. I think I tried to 100% and go to every little island, find the treasure on the little piece of intel, the little page that runs away from you. I always hated those. But it's a really fun game, definitely. And as well, Far Cry Primal, another Ubisoft title. By the way, I bought Just Dance 2021. I wanted to bring this up. Found out it's a Ubisoft game, but not a part of Uplay Plus or Ubisoft Plus. To my surprise, I was a little disappointed. I thought every Ubisoft game would be, but apparently not. So,
what is 2020 there as well? Or
I think. Well, I don't know. I bought the 2021 one, but I don't think 2020 is either.
I'm going to check.
Maybe it's a licensing issue since they have all the songs and stuff. Oh, well, because you would need to be able to do in-app purchases on it to get more songs, right? So
for 2021, you can pay $2.99 a month to get what's called unlimited, and that gets you all the songs. It's basically another monthly subscription on top of that. So that might be why at least they could give you the game for free and the 20 so odd songs that come with it. But I was a little surprised when it was Ubisoft Connect, and I was like, wait, this is a Ubisoft title? Why'd I pay for this? Shocker.
because I'm guessing it's one of those ones where it's like all of the versions of the games that are on Ubisoft Plus are always the ultimate deluxe gold. Like it's always that edition. And so if you had to pay more after getting Just Dance, then people might, well, I already paid for the subscription. Why can't I have all the songs? And then it's because of money. It's always money.
Always.
Yeah, this was the one that was very seafaring heavy, and looks fun. He vaguely reminds me of Eivor from Valhalla, but he's more shaved. So I just in my brain I just called him Shavor, which is silly. It's absolutely silly, and I understand that. Pre-ordered now for Wii U, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and get the Buccaneer edition with the Captain Edward Kenway figure. There you go. Yeah, I think logo gate. Where is the Stadia? Oh, you just broke my brain, Dan. You just broke my brain. So there you go. Yeah, I'm all about these. Scarlett, anything on this list that's interesting? Are you a Far Cry Primal Blood Dragon? You gonna be playing some Rainbow Six Siege?
So Rayman, I actually Rainbow Six Siege. That's those are Tom Clancy games, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I actually don't mind the Tom Clancy games, maybe just because there's a little bit of nostalgia for those. Because Tom Clancy was Splinter Cell as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we had one of the Splinter Cell games on the PS2. My brother played it, and I was always fascinated by it because it was so, like, at the time it was like, oh, this is so realistic, and like my brother is killing people. I don't know. So like I enjoy the level of sophistication that goes into the Tom Clancy games. But if I was to actually play any of them, it would probably just be Rayman.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm kind of see a bit more about Child of Light though, but it's one of those games that I think I've remembered from somewhere, but not ever seen it. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's okay. Child of Light trailer. Here we go. It's just trailer watching time tonight. That's what happens when they announce like, here's 20 new games coming. We're all like, trailers. Let's watch all the trailers. We should have made.
I think I remember this from when I did the Xbox Resource. It's probably where.
It's 2014. It
would have been
is
right about the right time.
I know. I maybe I didn't play this on Switch. It almost looks like it's like puzzles, but then there's also like a turn-based RPG. Is this an action RPG? Like
it's a 5 out of 5. Ooh.
I mean, highly reviewed. See, it looks like it's a turn-based RPG, but then it also looks like it's a puzzle platformer. Somebody in chat, tell me what the heck is this game? Like, is this Hollow Knight? Is this
otherwise.
like? Yeah, we'll find out. I guess we could have learned at any point in the last 7 years, but it looks like it's a frowny face. Okay, Xbox One, jump ahead. And then up next is the Round Table Podcast, episode 66. If we want to go Metaception there, which I do not. So I'm going to stop that because it's literally already there and talking about me. Yeah, I'm excited about these. I mean, it's 8 more games for Stadia. And like Ubisoft Plus right now has what, 16, 18 games? So you're adding a good chunk to that. So it's good stuff. I will take that. Anybody else got any thoughts on? Apparently, it is kind of turn-based. You have fast, normal, slow attacks, and that determines how long it takes to attack.
heavy attacks.
Heavy attacks. So there you go. Anybody else got any thoughts on our Ubisoft mammoth drop from today?
Backlog increase.
There you go.
I've heard Blood Dragons, like, even if you're not a fan of the Far Cry series, apparently not playing Blood Dragon, you'll be doing yourself a disservice. I can't remember where I've seen that, someone on Twitter, but
the Ubisoft social media account has said they are a big fan of that game and would like you to play it. Well, also There you go. Also coming into the Far Cry universe, Far Cry 6 with Giancarlo Esposito, or at least his chin, is finally available to pre-order. And if you do pre-order, you can do the Gold Edition or the Ultimate Edition. Get some extra goodies there for pre-ordering, such as an items bundle, season pass, Croc Hunter pack, Jungle Expedition pack, Vice pack. Looks like
so the top one you get to dress as Steve Irwin, and the bottom one, Tommy.
Oh no!
From Vice City.
And then in the middle you get the guys from Jumanji, the new Jumanji ones. It's interesting. So in lead, again, Stadia Pro Monitor guy says Ubisoft Plus has 20 games in the US, but 19 everywhere else, and it's Family Feud is the one that's US only. It's probably because they have Family Fortunes over there, right? So it'd just be a different...
Yeah, we have Family Feud available here as well, but it's obviously based on the American show, not the UK version.
Who knows?
I think it's available somewhere else as well, but I can't remember where without looking.
Yugoslavia. But in addition, we've also got we got a release date. So 7th of October is currently the release date. Now, Far Cry 6, again, just like every other game released in the past year, had a release date, got moved. So this was, I believe, originally a last fall title that got moved to this spring and now has been moved to this fall. So again, a good game arrives on time.
2 days before my birthday.
There. So if anybody wants to buy this game for Dan as a birthday present, well, you don't need it now because you're a part of Ubisoft Plus. So.
If I decide to keep it.
If you need to.
Here's a question for you.
Save yourself the £89 and just subscribe for 4 months or 8 months or whatever, Andrew, your question.
Yeah, do you guys think that a month before the game drops, Stadia is going to throw a Premier Edition bundle in, like they did with Resident Evil Village? Do you think that Stadia might do something like that for this game?
If they do, I'm going to once again complain about the fact that they're picking all the same types of games for these free Premier bundles, and they have yet to pick a game for people like me.
You don't think they should throw a free Premier bundle in with stacks on stacks on stacks?
Well, they should have done it with Gods and Monsters.
They did the demo, though, right?
Yeah, but that's a demo.
Challenge.
That's not a free Premier Edition.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of the $60 games that come out are all in this vein. There haven't been, other than Immortals. Gosh, what is the last $60 title that wasn't just twin stick beat people, shooty or whatever? I mean, Avengers was beat people. Cyberpunk was beat people. Resident Evil is
Outriders.
beat people. Outriders is beat people. Maybe
Outriders isn't or overly gory or gross or adult necessarily.
It's just unfinished. But other than that, but yeah, if you want to get your Far Cry on, you can head to StadiaSource.com, click on the article, click on the link. We'll take you right to the store. You don't even have to you don't have to do nothing. We'll take you right to the item. View on Stadia Store. Bada bing, bada boom. Pre-order to get a state-of-the-art Discos Locos weapon and a skin for Chorizo. I'm assuming Chorizo is the dog, or is it the?
It's top
what
of
is
meat.
Chorizo? Well, I know that, you dip. It's not like one of the main features of Far Cry 6 is a plate of sausage. I would imagine. It's a dog. It's the cute little dog. It's a little dog. Okay, I'm not that dumb, Daniel. Look at him. Look at his little face. And he apparently is he's in a wheelchair? What?
Yeah.
That would be adorable. Look at that. Diversity of dogs. Representation matters. That is adorable. And yes, Hitman 3 is also beat people. So again, they're not picking any games that Scarlett would be interested in whatsoever.
I suggest you write a strongly worded letter.
Wrongly worded letter.
Right. It'll be full of don't you knows and who's it's and how dare yous.
Apparently, Scarlett writes her letter from the perspective of Horton Hears a Who. Okay. And Scarlett is mad. She's mad, yes, indeed. Why won't you give her a better game to lead? I couldn't get a good rhyme out there.
There you go. That was excellent, Avery. That was excellent.
There you go. Speaking of rampant speculation, we might be getting the newest Ubisoft game. It's Watch Dogs: Legion of the Dead, which is apparently a again London-based, but it is a zombie based game. You can currently play it as an alpha build if you are if you own Watch Dogs Legion or have subscribed to Ubisoft Plus. So the question is, it is coming to Stadia. I mean, they're saying it here, and we will supposedly be getting the beta on Stadia. It is a standalone mode available to Watch Dogs Legion PC owners. So this would be DLC for Watch Dogs Legion, possibly free.
No, it's I don't know actually. Obviously, all intents and purposes, this article looks like it's just going to be a standalone game that you will get if you own Watch Dogs Legion. Everything points to it coming at Stadia. If you look down there, it says we look forward to getting reinforcements from player on console and Stadia and Luna. With it being Ubisoft, we've just sat and spoke about Ubisoft's commitment to Stadia. So everything to me points like it will be coming to Stadia at some point.
And I mean, it says a standalone mode available to Watch Dogs Legion's owners. So I don't know that it's a separate game.
Apparently, if you read the longer Q&A, it actually shows up. There's a question in there somewhere. You might have to read for a second to find it.
Can be accessed by you from Ubisoft Connect.
It says something about it showing up as a separate title in the actual games list.
However, it is a totally separate experience from the rest of our post-launch content. Can I play it if I have Ubisoft Plus? That's a yes. Well, but even here it says, since Ubisoft Plus includes Watch Dogs Legion, you will be able to access it. I think this is just. I think it's another. It's like the Mercenaries mode in Resident Evil. I don't know that this would be a completely separate.
No, I'm pretty sure it does. It does say it. I'm going to find it now.
Okay. Well, somebody from Ubisoft who's watching this stream right now, comment in the chat. Let us know. Give us clarifications that we very clearly need. So yeah, I mean, hey, more game modes, more games. We'll take it, right? So, all right. Anybody else have any thoughts on Watch Dogs: Legion of the Dead?
I'm still finding the answer to this question.
Dan's like, I will prove me right. Dang it. Well, while you're doing that, speaking of adorable dogs you could pet, I probably should have rearranged that so that the dog on the chorizo was next to this. Paw Patrol, Mighty Pups Save Adventure Bay has been ESRB rated, you guys. Paw Patrol.
Oh, man.
Mighty Pups. We got to get a trailer on this one. Patrol, Mighty Pups Save Adventure Bay trailer. Got to get I just didn't even finish writing
interjection.
The trailer.
All players,
examination.
all players on PC that own Watch Dogs Legion can head over to the Ubisoft Connect and find a separate Watch Dogs Legion of the Dead game in their library.
So again, you have to own Watch Dogs Legion first. At least now.
It shows as a separate game is what I'm trying to say, rather than in-game.
Well, speaking of separate games, here we have the adorable dogs of Paw Patrol. It looks super cute. It's very much like Nintendo 64 vibes to me. But then I've always liked games that have Nintendo 64 vibes. Oh, it looks to be maybe mini game-ish. No, actually, it looks to be like a runner. That would be really weird if the entirety of this game was simply like a Temple Run kind of thing. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be that weird. That was Crash Bandicoot, right? That's kind of how that started. So there you go. Scarlett, you got Paw Patrol fans amongst the little ones in your neighborhood / home?
No.
How do they know?
We're doing.
Is it not their thing, or if you're like, we're not going down the Paw Patrol route, I'm not even going to let them know that exists?
A little bit more of the second one. We kind of culture what our children watch, at least as much as we can, because when they're over at my parents' house, who knows what they're doing. Right now, Lily is watching Korra. She's really getting into it. She loves it. And Cassie has really fixated on The Lion King and Lion Guard, so she watches that like whenever she is allowed to have the iPad. She just repeats Lion King. She knows Hakuna Matata, so.
And then next you have her watch Othello, and it'll all line up in her mind.
Well, like she'll watch things with me, and she'll be like, "Is this Star Trek?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, okay." And she picks up though. She's like, "That's the bad guy." Like the only indication is the music change and the look on his face.
Oh, wow.
That's the bad guy. And like this kid's like almost 3.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So she likes that, and of course we're big My Little Pony fans. So give me My Little Pony game.
See, you got to come to Baltimore and go to BronyCon, which actually I don't think is happening anymore. I think last year was the last. The last one might have been the last one. I can't remember. But speaking of fun new games, we've got apparently there's a Fast and the Furious animated show called Spy Racers, and apparently the Fast and the Furious animated show Spy Racers has a game coming called Rise of Shifter, which of course is, I would imagine, how adorable is that? And now the trailer is just right there, so I don't even have to do anything. But yeah, it's more games. Probably not the kind of Fast and Furious game that anybody would be expecting to land, but do they make Fast and Furious games for consoles? Surely they do.
I think there was one.
There's like some Splatoon. There's like kart racing element to this, it would look like.
Ooh.
Splatoon. It's using the Splatoon colors. Available on PC Digital. So it's fine. No
Fast and Furious Crossroads on the PS4. I think was a bit more like aimed at adults or the older audience rather than children, but this franchise doesn't strike me as a franchise that would be for children, if you know what I mean. Like the films aren't necessarily, so why would they make a game out of it? It's like making a Resident Evil children's version or something.
Well, you say that, but I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, there was a Tales from the Crypt game show for children. It's called Tales from the Crypt Keeper, and it was like an obstacle course, Legends of the Hidden Temple kind of game where you had to like go throughout the haunted crypt mansion and get the prizes and stuff. Anybody?
Oh, jeepers.
Anybody? So there you go. Tales from the Crypt Keeper totally existed. Last but not least, in the games, in the licensed game category, Addams Family Mansion Mayhem, found by Stadia Source alumnus Adam, aka Original Penguin, who also streams in his own right now. Go check him out, Fox and Penguin. Addams Family Mansion Mayhem. We found it rated for Stadia on the Brazilian ratings. See, we go to every country. If you have a ratings board, we're going to find it. We're going to bring those details in. This is based on the newer movie set, and I believe that they're making a this was based on the movie, and I believe they're making a TV series out of this as well. But the TV series is focused on Wednesday, so it might actually not be based on this. But it looks like it's like a 4-player. I'm kind of getting that Temple of Osiris kind of on this, like the Lara Croft games.
Mm-hmm.
Super cute. Apparently, Wednesday was just like spitting oil underneath her chassis. What was happening there? So yeah, based on the newer movie, not the super old Addams Family from the. Let's just spend the rest of the show just watching an old Addams Family, you guys. Can we just do that? I'm real tired. Can we just make that happen? That would be a nice way to spend the rest of the show. It's okay. I love the Addams Family. The game looks kind of cute-ish, but again, it was game rating, so we might get it. We might not get it. Who knows? Anybody looking forward to this one?
Always new games. It's fun for the kids. Like, you know, I mean, I've got, when it comes back to like Paw Patrol and things, 2 of my nephews actually loved Paw Patrol, but they've grown out of it now. But then I have 2 more nephews which are coming up to that age soon, so hopefully it might be more interest to them. But yeah, any game, I'll take any game that comes to Stadia, even if I don't like it personally. I like the fact that there's more choice for other people out there, and not just the shooty violent ones as well, like Scarlett mentioned. So
Good stuff. Well, there are a bunch of other news stories. We'll move on to GSN here, or GFN on GSN. All the F's and things. Check out. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's mention a couple more of the new features that have rolled out. I don't believe were these mentioned in the blog post today. Yes, it was. The referral program was mentioned, and the labeling of friends. So we will mention those real quick as the website is redirecting. Still redirecting.
What are you doing to the website? It's loading fine for me.
I'm just loading articles, man. This was Google doing that. There we go. All right. So two new. It's always good to see more new features come to Stadia, even if they're not necessarily the features that you care about or I care about. A couple of new features landed this week. A brand new referral program happening between now and August 31st. This is kind of interesting. It doesn't, as I understand it, they don't even have to pay for you to get the bonus. Is that correct? Did I misread that somewhere? Like they have to join Stadia, but they don't have to pay for Stadia Pro.
Well, in order to join Stadia, you have to take at least the first month of Stadia
The free
Pro.
Month. Yeah.
So
yes, no transaction needed from
Nice.
our good friends at 9 to 5 Google. So you get a free month of Stadia Pro if they join Stadia. If you get 2 friends to join during the period, you get an exclusive avatar. If you get 3 friends, you get 50% off a Stadia program. And then there's always the ongoing rewards. Well, wait a second. So the on-ride rewards, you get more if they pay for Stadia. So yes, if you just get somebody to sign up for Stadia right now, you get a free month. That's like find a coworker who has a Gmail account and be like, dude, go register. Here's my code. Like That's a good deal. That's $10 for getting them to just sign up for something. I need to do that. I have coworkers that I've not yet indoctrinated into Stadia. And be like, hey guys, here's my code. Please use it. Does anybody care at all about the exclusive avatar? I'm still on Dogburger, you guys. I'm not moving off of Dogburger.
see, there's 2 reasons why I really don't care about this at this point in time. Number 1, I don't have any friends. Number 2, it's not available in the UK yet. So
that is true.
So it doesn't matter.
no. But I'm sure once it comes out in the UK, I will give a shh.
Oh, sorry. I just got that. I was like, why did you just slide off? Scarlett is currently like sending messages to people to be like, hey, sign up right now. I just want you to get my code.
Oh, I thought it's my beep sensor.
Oh, that's okay.
My
It's all again. I'm just not. Nothing up here, you guys. There's nothing going on up here. The hamster is just, he stopped on the wheel and he's just doing this thing when the wheel, that's what's happening right now. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. The other, somebody's cursing a lot with all those beeps. The other new feature that has rolled out is being able to put notes on for people. Whoa! Daniel, what is happening here? What are you doing to me? Somebody forgot to put anything on it. Whoever wrote this article
earlier.
Lee Reed, Legiman Reed. I need Lemathy Reed. I need better out of you. But you can put a note on there to kind of help. How do you actually know this person? Did you beat them in Bomberman? Are they a streamer that's a favorite of yours? You can add that now. And you might also like to know that Crowdplay beta invites went out 6 months ago. You might also like to know that. New features. So, hey, cool new things. Anybody labeled anybody yet in the app?
Yes.
Yes.
Who did you label and why? Is it something you can't tell?
No, to be fair, I just put some people have got random gamer tags, so it was just like this is that person and this is that person. So, yeah, nothing too incriminating.
There you go.
Anyway.
Well, there you go. New features. Always fun to get the new features. And there are more coming. Supposedly, by the end of June, Chromecast with Google TV is supposed to have access to this Stadia. So just saying, Stadia. I tweeted it, you guys, today. I threatened to write an article on our website if you didn't confirm this feature for me, and they apparently did not fall for that. So that's okay.
What color did you go with, Avery? What color Chrome CC or Google with TV?
The blue. I went with the blue, which
Nice.
I get it because the controller also has it, or the remote also has a color. I'm like,
Yep.
why do you need the Chromecast itself to have a color? It's behind your TV. No one will ever see it.
It's for the unboxing videos to just have that little pop, you know.
Come
Yeah.
on, guys. Come on. Unnecessary. Well, if you want to catch the latest Stadia news, head over to stadiasource.com. It is your number one source for all things Stadia, but it is also GFN Thursday, and you know what that means. We got some new games, and you can check those out at GeForce Now source, gfnsource.com, your number one source for GeForce Now news and reviews. And we got our big game announcements today on GeForce Thursday. They have been very much hyping that they're adding a lot of games this month. 38, in fact, are joining the service in June. Big month for the games. And with those, we have... before we leave, Creativerse, Empire of Angels, Hoko Life, Necromunda, a whole bunch of other ones. Another Ubisoft, fantastic. That's an interesting U symbol there, Dan. I don't even know that he's not here right now, but it's fine. I don't know what that one is. But a lot of Epic games. I need to sync up my Epic games. I keep saving the free games off of Epic. I need to sync that with my GeForce Now account. Note to self: do that in the future. Any of these games that you have in your library, or that you would want to be playing?
I do own Before We Leave and Creativerse both. I own them both on the Epic Game Store though, so they would not be supported. Or no, Creativerse I do own on Steam. But yeah, I haven't played that one. That's a Minecraft-esque game. For free, which is cool. It's a really fun one. And then Before We Leave, I need to play that more. But yeah, that's just a super fun, cute little game. You know, got to enjoy those kind of games every now and again to break apart the killing and shooting ones.
There you go. Quick, and Eli, unfortunately, the water bottle is not up here. It is downstairs. My wife has absconded with my giant water bottle. Unless you're talking about the Stadia water bottle, in which case that's right there. I don't know if you can really see that because the screen's tiny, but it's fine. And Jake from Speaking of Stadia, the premier Stadia podcast in the world. I'm just saying, it's number one in Azerbaijan. I don't know if you guys knew this, but it's number one. Just has added. That's okay. Not every game's for everybody, and a lot of the appeal of GeForce Now is you kind of needed to have already had it, or want to go buy them from the Steam Store, Epic Game Store, Ubisoft Plus, etc. and so forth. Dan, I gotta ask, what is this Ubisoft? Is this Ubisoft Plus, and is it like a bubble? What is this symbol?
Yeah, Ubisoft.
I need to know. Is that what? I've never. Is it the Uplay logo?
Yeah.
I totally did not know that was their logo. Well, now I know things. I have learned things today. That's fine. Scarlett, any of these on your list? Are you a fan of Tour de France 2021 and/or Tour de France 2020?
So there's once again a Tom Clancy game in there, Ghost Recon. I don't know. I actually the rest of these I don't think I actually know any of them, to be fair. So I think the only one I do know is Tom Clancy.
There you go. I don't. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of. I feel like I've heard of Before We Leave. Isn't Before We Leave a walking simulator?
No, I think Before We Leave, if I recall, I think that's one I own on Epic. You land. It's like people went under the earth because of exactly. And then you have to rebuild and harvest trees. You have to go to a different island to get oil, and then sand to turn to glass, and that kind of a game. But it's pretty fun.
I like games like this.
Yes.
Sort of Civ-like, except it's on a grid.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
I totally like games like this. Okay, maybe I need to
Avery, you should do this one.
I need to reach out and see if we can get a code.
I'll come hang out.
And then you sail off to your next island as you're exploring the globe hex by hex.
Cool.
Then you gotta build a rocket ship and then get off, and then there's other planets to go to, and it's
this is 3D Settlers of Catan. but it's just
It really is. I got the longest road, and it literally wraps around. Okay, here you go, Scarlett. I've got your next project after Stormlight. Magnetic 3D globe Catan.
Oh my
Just
god!
saying, so you got to spin the globe to see the pieces, and then like magnetize all the pieces, make it out of metal. Just saying, millions of dollars waiting for you if you can.
Maybe
Combine
millions of dollars in
Seafarers
cost.
and the other.
I'd have to get the
expansions.
3D printer that I want, and that one's like a couple 10 grand or something like that.
There you go. 2019,
Yeah.
so a couple years old, but not super old. Yeah. Dan, any of these on your list?
So the Creativerse one, I actually looked at the trailer for that, and it's kind of like a cross between Minecraft and Crater, from what I gathered. Like, it was obviously before Crater was made, but you obviously create your own game modes and worlds and stuff from it. Obviously, voxel, so very Minecraft-esque. Quite a lot like Minecraft, to be fair.
Yeah, extremely like Minecraft.
Like Minecraft clone.
And he even has the little drone over his shoulder, like you get in Crata.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Crata in this, you guys.
Yeah.
Well, but then it's Minecraft again.
Yeah.
That UI is from No Man's Sky. Did they just rip off every game on Earth here?
Even
Well,
ones
this
that haven't
game's-
come out yet.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say this game came out like 10 years ago, so this game
Okay,
has
never
been.
mind.
Yeah,
Everybody else
no,
robbed them.
yeah, no, this game's been out for a while. But the cool thing is, another thing is you have like blueprints you can use. So instead of like building the house from scratch, you can put in a blueprint. Then it tells you, hey, go mine this, go build this, and then you can build the home. So what he's doing, it's got the little blue squares because he's got little blueprints.
That's what they do in
Dragon.
Dragon Quest Builders too. And
Nice.
you got like a blueprint that you can follow. But I really like, and Minecraft should do this, is that he was able to select the block again and then rotate it. I can't tell you how many times I've made my character do some like weird backwards ducking thing to get one thing at the correct angle to make the stupid roof. And that needs to be a thing.
2017.
Yeah, so I'm interested in checking that one out a bit more.
Oh,
but,
20 originally came out in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe not
that's
10, 7.
There's so many things that were just but this says release date 2017. I wonder if this was maybe
Probably
announced and
Steam.
then just never came out forever.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe I played it early access or something.
Oh, they and this company made Super Lucky's Tale. Okay, Playful Corp. I like Super Lucky. That's a fun enough game. Okay, well there we go. And there's the creator, and there's the Super. Okay, well anywho, well hey, more games the better. And now you can play it on the go, unless you're using Steam Link, in which case you can have already played it on the game. But that is perfectly fine. Quick question for Scarlett: who is Kaisier, and why have they come to Fortnite?
Wait,
this coming
evidently-
courtesy of or Kelsier. This coming
Kelsier.
courtesy of our good friend Scarlett, who's going to take you through this.
So
In our around the gaming world segment.
yeah, I know nothing about Fortnite, so I apologize. But like my husband played like a grand total of like 2 hours when it first came out. Kelsier is one of your protagonists from the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. And for those who don't know, Brandon Sanderson is somebody that I have currently been working on a challenge coin display for, and I was licensed through him. He is a fantastic fantasy author. And apparently Brandon and the guy who like is the head of Fortnite are like really good friends. And so as Brandon puts this, he's like, this doesn't mean anything, guys. This is literally just two friends dorking around. Cause he's like, my friend, you know, the head of Fortnite was like, hey, how'd you feel if I put Kelsier in Fortnite? And Brandon's like, okay. So this is just really exciting for me because this is something that I've been talking about a lot recently with various people is cross-media exposure for authors, because with books often get adapted into video games or TV series or movies. And for Brandon, this is literally the first step. He's done comics, but that's still a form of a book. So having Kelsier in Fortnite, even as just like a skin, was like a really big deal because this could go somewhere really cool. Like if anybody could make an epic sleeper hit based on Brandon Sanderson's work, it would be Epic Games. So this was really exciting for me because I was recently talking like in my I'm going to be on a Nerd Brand podcast coming up. This is one of the topics that I suggested was book authors branching out into cross media things. So I'm really excited. Kelsier's one of my favorite characters. He's a bit of a butt sometimes, but he's awesome. he's the gentleman's thief, as he's described. This adaptation of Kelsier is not how he actually looks as described in the books. This is more of an adaptation of how he would fit into the Fortnite universe. So he's got like a younger face. His scars aren't quite right. But he's got like his coin that he uses. So he is an allomancer, which are people who can burn specific metals inside their bodies to gain powers. And as a Mistborn, he has access to all of those metals and all of those powers. Most people have access to only one metal and one power forever. So their coins are their main way of travel. They push a coin away from them, and with opposing force, he can fly up into the air, pulls the coin back, pushes it back down again, and can just kind of keep flying. And then they have glass daggers, because if you're ever fighting another Mistborn or another Allomancer, you don't want to have metal on you, because then they could pull that away from you.
Magneto.
Yeah, and so then he's also got the eye spikes, which are something I'm not going to delve into because they're a little crazy. But his mist cloak is great. Mistborn have these specific cloaks because when they're in the middle of a fight, these tassels confuse their enemies because it adds extra appendages and all that good stuff. It's so good. I was like,
clearly you're enthusiastic about this series.
Yeah, no. Oh man, I can't you don't want to get me started.
You should have seen Scarlett on last week's pod with the Forbidden West, Horizon Forbidden West.
It's so good. When I am a fan, I am a fan. So this is a really big deal for me, especially with it coming to set like Fortnite is, Fortnite. Some people are like, oh, Fortnite is such a dumb game, but like it's an epic game, and
literally
it's a well-loved game still. And sure, maybe the audience is younger, but if anything, starting with Kelsier and Mistborn is actually one of the best ways for these younger audiences to get to know Brandon, because that's where he tells everybody to start reading his stuff. It's a little bit later in his career, so he's gotten a bit better at writing. It's also one of his easier reads, so you learn to trust him as a writer so that when you get into his more complicated books, you have that rapport. So this is really an excellent starting place. So there's all sorts of good things here, and I'm happy.
And now we just need to get Fortnite on Stadia.
Yeah, there you go.
Call the manager. Well, very cool. Thank you for sharing a thing that you're passionate about and that you love. We ran a bit long on the news tonight, so we're going to dispense with a hot topic, but that just leaves me to thank everybody who's been watching here at home tonight. We appreciate all of you tuning in as you do every single night. We also very much appreciate all those folks that have taken the extra time to show us their support as I stall, because I had this up and I don't know why I closed it, but I did. To show us their support in the crystal tier, the platinum tier, the gold tier, the silver tier, the bronze tier, and those who bought us a coffee, as well as all of our past patrons and supporters. And all you have to do to join them is either hit that join button down below or buy us a coffee right here. Join us on YouTube. You can do all those fun things and become a member of us right here. And I'll talk more about that in the outro in just a second. So all that leaves me to do is thank our amazing roundtable for being on the show tonight. Dan, thank you for being on your show.
Thank you for having me on my show. Good to have you back.
Thank you, Scarlett. Good to see you as always.
Missed you, Avery.
Oh, Blue Bob's good to see you again as well. Welcome back.
It's good to be back.
We got the Blue Bob's buying bonus seal of approval, whatever that
or whatever that
on
was.
the show.
He came up with like off the seat of his pants. He was like, "No, this is a legit thing."
This is
And
the
2
Blue
weeks later,
Bob's
he didn't
buying
remember it.
bonus
Buying policy, man.
bonanza.
It's like policy, but it's got a B. It should be a triple B title.
Well, we are glad to have
Missed
you
you
back
too,
as well.
Andrew.
If you are watching us live, if you're listening to us as a podcast, you can join us live most Thursday evenings right here on YouTube. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can download the podcast on Spotify, Pocket Casts, Apple Podcasts, and wherever it is you get podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Gaming Source Network. Like us on Facebook. Join us on Discord, StadiaSource.com/Discord, and check out all new GSN, GeForce Now Source, and Stadia Source merch at StadiaSource.com/merch. Hosting generously provided by Rock. If your business is looking for a tech powerhouse to launch the next big app, want to implement some cutting-edge AI, or simply need the best web development money can buy, check out all the services provided by Rock at rokk.co.uk, celebrating 20 years in the UK in 2022. If you haven't already, down below is a thumbs up button that lets us know you liked what you saw today. I would appreciate it. Even if you're like, what the heck happened today? Just hit that button. It'll make me feel good. And right next to that is a subscribe button. If you haven't already unsubscribed, that'll let you know every time we post a new video. You can also become a member of Stadia Source or GeForce Now Source and Gaming Source Network by clicking that join button down with great perks for every level of your budget. I've been your host, Avery, on behalf of the Gaming Source Network, your number one source for all things gaming, and our amazing panel. Thank you for joining us for the GSN Round Table Podcast. Have a good night, everybody.